Welcome to Brain Vision.
In this problem, we're considering a baseball player releasing a ball with the initial conditions that I've tried to write in this figure. So we release at time 0 with an initial velocity of 100 feet per second, and we're asked to find these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 responses at t equals 0.5. Okay, couple of things. First, r equals the square root of x squared plus y squared. That's the rate value of r at any instant. And let's call this equation 1, in case we need to look at this later. And then let's get the values of x and y at t equals 0.5 seconds. We're going to have x equals xo plus bx, plus bxt, and that will be 0 plus 100 times the cosine of 30 degrees times 0.5, and this will equal 43.30 feet. Okay, let me go to my next page. Now, the XO, are the initial x-axis coordinates, and the velocity at t equals 0 seconds. So let's do this. Y equals yo plus byt plus 1/2 at squared. Y equals, we were given 60 plus, my initial was 100 times the sine of 30 degrees times 0.5, and then we'll add to that 1/2 times negative 32.17 times 0.5 squared. And this will equal 26.98 feet. Okay. We'll plug these into our equation 1, and that will equal the square root of 43 point, I think it was 31. Holy cow, I lost it. That's okay. Oh, I went too many pages. That's what happened. 43.3. I got it. 43.3 squared plus 26.98 squared equals 51.0 feet. So there's my first R. Then the angle theta at this is going to be the tangent of theta will equal 26.98 divided by 43.3, and theta will equal 31.93 degrees. So that's my first set. So R and theta are 51 feet and 31.93 degrees. Now let's find our next value. Let's get over here. Now let's find the velocity at t equals 0.5. So we're going to have Vx will be equal to VO times the cosine of this. This will be 100 times the cosine of this, 30 degrees, and that will equal 86.6 feet per second. And the velocity in the x direction will still be 33.91. Is constant. Vx is constant. And Vy will be 100 times the sine of 30 degrees minus 32.15 or 17 minus 0.5. And this will equal 33.91 feet per second. So now we can get our V, and that will be 80 square root of 86.6 seconds plus 33.91 seconds squared, and that will equal 93 feet per second. Okay, and then our angle for this one and that will be the tangent of 33.91 over 86.6, and that will equal 10.5 or 21.38. 21.38. Okay, so now let's see. So we're going to take our angle from our last one, which was 33.93 minus 21.38. That'll be 10.55 degrees. So here we'll have, I'm not quite done with this yet. Let me see where I am. So V will equal VR, ER plus VO, EO, and that will equal V times the cosine of our 10.55 ER minus 93 times the sine of 10.55 E, and this will be equal to 91 or 93 times the cosine of 10.55 ER minus 93 times the sine of 10.55 EO, and this will equal 91.42 minus 17.05 ER E theta feet per second. Okay, so we know that R or VR equals R and VO equals RO. So VR equals V times the cosine of 10.55. And our R will be equal to 91.42 feet per second. Okay. And our VO will equal negative V times the sine of 10.55. R times O equals negative 93 times the sine of 10.55. And I end up with this equals a negative 0.333 radians per second. Okay, let's see if that looks good. So R and this equal respectively negative 0.33. That'll be feet per second squared, I think. Should be feet per second squared. And the other one should be 91.52 feet, or 91.42. I think. Okay, and then my next values, last values, we're going to do our same thing here. Um, and then expressing this in terms of angular quantities, we'll have A equals, okay, and then let's put our components in. So we're going to get R, okay, and now we can put our values in. So let's do R, we'll get R equals negative 11.35 feet per second squared. I'm a little confused on some of my units here. Okay, now I've got that, so the next thing we'll be able to figure out um, our EO direction components. So we'll have 51. Let's do RO plus 2RO equals negative G times cosine theta, and this will be 51.0 plus 2 times 91.42 times negative 0.333 equals negative 32.17 times the cosine of 31.93. There we go. And this will give me 0.658 feet per second squared. So here are these two. Here are my one dots. Okay. And here are way over here. Here's these. So those are all my answers. Finally.